Here.
Melanie,
Here.
Jake,
Here.
Bill,
Here.
we have a quorum.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Melanie, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have proof of publication here. Visitor and correspondence. Anyone desiring to speak on any item or issue not on the agenda or any item on the agenda that does not include a public hearing may do so. It shall be limited to 3 minutes. Persons should identify themselves by name and address. Persons speaking should not expect the council to engage in back and forth dialogue regarding their comments. Unless an agenda item includes a public hearing, no person may speak during the business portion of the meeting provided. However, persons speaking during a public hearing are limited to between 5 and 20 minutes. The public is advised that a copy of the Open Meetings Act is located on the north wall of the council chamber, and one copy of all reproducible written material to be discussed at this meeting and is available for examination or copying. Is there anyone that would like to address? Okay, I move for approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Oh, second.
A motion to approve the
Did
consent
everyone
agenda.
vote? Linda, did everyone vote?
Well, those two aren't sworn in yet.
Okay.
They can't vote yet.
Okay,
So we had majority.
got it.
Okay, now looking for a motion for the consent agenda.
Make a motion consent.
I will second.
Okay. Now, presentation of the election results.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Hang on.
Christie's gonna read them.
Official election results for the City of Valley Special Election, City Council Election, January 13th, 2026. Wendy Dean, 238, Bill Socha, 276, Jim L. Beeson Jr., 233, Jimmy Dean, 489, Steve Peoples, 180, John J. Masters, 149, write-ins, 29.
I'll make a motion to approve the results. By this count.
I second.
All in favor? Yeah, the oath of our two new city council members,
I can administer those.
please do.
Who wants to go first?
Go first.
You'll go first? Sure. We'll step around here. Okay, so this is the one you're gonna sign, just so you have a script, and you can repeat after me instead of remembering what I say, I'll just have to read, this is the same except the name, okay, so, and raise your right hand, and, repeat after me. I, Jimmy Dean, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I, Jimmy Dean, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or for purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of council member of the city of Valley, Nebraska, according to law and to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of city member of the city of Valley, Nebraska, according to the law and to the best of my ability.
And I do further swear that I do not advocate, nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence.
And I do further swear that I do not advocate, nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overflow of the government of the United States or this state by force or violence, and that during such time that I am in this position, I will not advocate nor become a member of any political party or organization that advocates against the overthrow of this government of the United States by force or violence. So help me God. Trying to jump in. Thank you. Okay. Bill, it is so.
Okay.
Okay. And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bill Sosha, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I, Bill Socha, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or for purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or for purpose of evasion.
And that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of council member of the city of Valley, Nebraska, according to law and to the best of my ability.
And that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of the council member of the city of Valley, Nebraska, according to the law and to the best of my ability.
And I do further swear that I do not advocate, nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence.
And I do further swear that I do not advocate, nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence, and that during such time that I'm in this position. And I will not advocate nor become a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, before we move on to number 10, I would just like to welcome Jimmy and Bill to the council. I look forward to working with both of you.
Thank you.
Okay, now number 10, election of the council president.
I'd like to make a nominate Melanie Eden as council president.
Like a second, but
Okay, vote please.
Can't hear anything.
I'd like to nominate Melanie Hayden.
I'd like to second that.
Vote please. All in favor? Okay. Number 11, Ginger Cove.
Do I need to go over there?
Yes, please, Gary. Please state your full name and address for the record.
My name is Carrie Barkstead Wilson, 80 Peppermill Point in Valley, Nebraska. I'm here to represent Ginger Cove community. We're asking to install 25-mile-an-hour speed limit signs in our neighborhood. That's it.
Any discussion, council?
Do you know roughly how many signs?
We were thinking 2 to possibly 3, and we have some locations. I have a map if you'd like that.
Yeah,
Where we
I
might
see the map.
They're mostly at the entrance.
Tim's not here, is he?
Oh, please.
Greg, what do you think about this?
Yeah, Tim Sheets with Public Works did talk to the Ginger Cove Common area on this request in general, but basically it's per state statute with a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit for local roads, so that's in conformance with that. The locations are determined by the local jurisdiction, and with talking with Ms. Christie, is it needs to have council approval because it's expending city funds. So that's really what the request is here for you tonight.
And I'm just going to double check because I think this might require the actual resolution.
I think it has to, stop signs.
But, I mean, let's have a discussion. Do you guys want to do it? I mean, if we're gonna get a resolution, take the time to write a resolution, I mean, it'd have to be a yes or it just gets dropped. I mean,
I would
you
agree
guys
with
need
that.
to decide.
Second.
Would agree with it.
Yeah, I think like the couple signs, you know, if it was like 20 or 30, you know, I don't know if there's any regulations that support like how many have to be there.
Well, I think 2 signs would be sufficient. That's just my opinion.
I'm
You
okay
guys
with the
decide.
2, yeah.
Yeah, would agree.
So do we want to go ahead with getting a resolution wrote up so that can be enacted?
I think there should be a resolution.
Yeah,
So
when we
this is
Put up
something
stop
for
signs,
the,
we did.
this is something for the March
Right.
meeting agenda. But you could, by motion, direct me to prepare the resolution, which of course I'll do, and then you'll have it for March.
Make a motion to go ahead and have him prepare the resolution so that we can vote on that in March.
Okay. Vote, please.
I'm sorry, who seconded that?
I did.
Bill. Okay, so that we have to write up the resolution first and vote on it, and then the signs will go up. Mhm. Okay, number 12, Ginger Cove. Oh my.
Good evening, my name is Dave Coover, 15 Ginger Cove Road. First of all, congratulations to our new council members and thank you all for your public service. I am here tonight to ask for your consideration for a small connector road between Ginger Woods and Ginger Cove. The project was included in 2018's 1 and 6 year street plan, and that's the cover sheet that you have in front of you, but it remains incomplete and unfunded. the projects listed on the handout as M599 Project 57. As some of you might recall, if you're long timers, from back in 2010, there was pushback from SID 196, basically Ginger Cove, against annexation. And the disagreement centered on how the city was going to meet the obligations that would be transferred to the city for care and upkeep of the neighborhood. During those discussions, the city agreed to accept certain infrastructure obligations in exchange for annexation. And that list included a fresh 4-inch layer of asphalt to Ginger Cove Road, done. Take on the responsibility for inspections and maintenance of the bridge, done. Upgrade the size of the water mains and fire hydrants, also done. Connect the neighborhood to the city's water supply, done. And install that connector road between the two neighborhoods, and that remains undone. The SID lost that annexation battle after the issue went to the Nebraska Supreme Court in February of 2015. And as a resident of the neighborhood, I'm proud to say that the City of Valley and People Service and all of our emergency services have taken excellent care of our neighborhood, and we do appreciate that. The city's been a wonderful partner. It's completed every single obligation except that connector apron. I'm not sure that's for any other reason than it just probably got lost in the shuffle due to a time of tremendous growth in Valley. So we're here to bring that back to the forefront. Besides, it was on the 6-year plan in 2018, and so it's timely that we're back here. This is not an unusual request. Our neighbors in Blue Water and Ginger Woods have multiple ways to ingress and egress their neighborhoods, but Ginger Cove remains with literally one way in and one way out. There are some recent events that have occurred in our neighborhood that are cause for concern. And so my neighbor Susan will share a few of those with you now.
Good evening. First of all, I want to apologize. I woke up this morning with a cold. I don't always sound like this, so I apologize for that. Susan Booth, 52 Ginger Cove Road. I'm speaking as not only a Ginger Cove resident, but professionally I work for the National Safety Council, so I tend to view things with the safety lens. Following Dave's overview, I want to focus on one key message, and that is this request isn't about convenience. It's not about traffic flow. It's not about neighborhood preference. It's about emergency access, reliability, and risk reduction. And that's what I need to have everybody think about. Ginger Cove currently functions as a single access neighborhood, as Dave mentioned. From a risk management standpoint, that creates a single point of failure. Unfortunately, this is not just hypothetical. We've experienced real incidents that show the safety risk clearly. In October of 2025, resident John Walker suffered a medical emergency at his home. While CPR was in progress, it took more than 15 minutes for rescue personnel to arrive. Tragically, John did not survive. This is the type of time-critical event where every minute matters. And it's reinforced to many of us that this access limitation is not just inconvenient, but it's life-altering. In the summer of 2024, a serious traffic crash at the Ginger Cove entrance resulted in the front entrance being closed for over an hour. During that time, residents were unable to enter or exit the neighborhood. Some residents had to drive through the common area in order to leave. Of course, that caused a lot of damage that the HOA ultimately had to repair. But more importantly, it demonstrates what happens when our only access point becomes unavailable. In the summer of 2023, there was a multi-vehicle crash at the entrance area. There was a collision on Highway 64, pushed the cars into a car that was sitting at a stop sign at the entrance of our neighborhood. Access to that area, once again, was completely blocked for over an hour. Nobody can go in, nobody can go out. Our neighborhood ultimately was cut off. In addition, we have experienced emergency units responding to the wrong neighborhood for no other reason that it was address confusion. They come to Ginger Cove, they were supposed to be at Ginger Woods. They've got to go all the way back out and then back in. That again can be life altering. Something needs to be done to take care of this. During major storm events, when trees or debris block the main road, our Sauget common areas just simply cannot withstand the weight of the vehicles, the emergency vehicles. It's not a reliable workaround, and it's not a reliable plan. As an HOA, I want you also to know that we're taking ownership of some of the things that we can do. We're looking at how we can get AEDs in our community, and we're taking first aid CPR to our residents, and we're taking care of that. But that's only a part of what the problem here is. It's not going to replace safe and reliable emergency access in and out of our community. We've spoken with the fire chief. He's expressed support for improving secondary access to Ginger Cove. So tonight, our request is simple. It's very focused. We respectfully ask the city to take a safety-driven step forward to advance the Ginger Cove connector. We're asking for reprioritization and a defined timeline that moves this project out of long range and towards completion. We're asking for a risk reduction solution that protects our residents, it supports first responders, and improves emergency access reliability in our communities. Thank you for your time, your support, and your consideration.
Okay.
And thank you for listening to my scratchy voice.
No. Yeah, please.
I was just heard about this last week, that this was gonna be coming back up. So yeah, I've been around long enough to know some of the facts, and I don't dispute any of those that was talked about. But basically, is this subdivision was started in 1968, 1972, roughly there was 2 or 3 phases. And so it was one way in, one way out. So that's occurred since that time frame. Can you make it better? Yes. The kind of 2 things that the city would need to consider is, one, we need to budget the project. Back in 2018, when I first went on the city's 1 and 6 year street plan, it was about a $50,000 to $75,000 magnitude of cost. Of course, that's 10 years ago. We didn't update that for the meeting tonight. So we would have to allocate funds for that. But the secondly is we would need land rights. Both Ginger Cove common area has land on the north side, and then Ginger Woods HOA on the south side would need to be acquired in some fashion, dedicated in some fashion, to be able to, for the city to build a public street connection between the 2 entities to provide a second ingress and egress point for Ginger Cove and Ginger Woods. It would work both ways. So that's kind of the 2 major, or 2 steps that need to occur to facilitate that. I think city staff with Mr. Gorman and I and whoever else with mayor can facilitate a meeting with the 2 HOAs and get the discussion started if it's a priority, and if there's agreement there to get the land secured, because that could be the first hurdle, that is the roadblock between the 2. If the both entities don't agree on such road connection.
Mike, will you get that going then?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that will be our first step that we have to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next is confirmation of appointment, consideration and action to confirm the appointment of Mike Adair as water superintendent. I move for a motion on that recommendation.
Oh, second.
I'll make the motion.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought.
Jake, you're seconding?
I'll second.
Vote, please.
Oh, you need lights.
Oops.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Something already.
Thanks, Mike.
Locked in.
Okay, number 14, and this is, I've been very adamant about it, and I want to talk about it again. The 5th council member. You guys want to start talking about it?
I support this idea. I think it's a great move forward considering that our town is growing. And with Catalina and everything else that's coming in, I think it's something that we need up there.
Do we need a
Well, yeah, I'll just chime in. So, right now, obviously, we have 4. And since we're not looking to change the at-large elections to a ward system, I really think this is just a matter of passing an ordinance that changes our code section to state that we'll have 5 council members, each of whom will be elected at large. So it can be done by ordinance, pretty simple. I don't think it needs to be put on the ballot or anything like that, because we're not changing how the elections are.
Okay, I need someone to make a motion for Matt to create an ordinance to create a 5th person.
I'll make a motion to have the city create a 5th.
So it's on the agenda only for discussion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know that we can make that motion tonight.
okay.
So we can keep it on the agenda for next month, and we can have the action item then.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll still get time for the primary then, if we push this off any farther.
probably not for a primary. Now, the thing you need to realize, we wouldn't even have a primary if you would not have more than 4 run for a council.
Okay.
So if there's no more than 4, you don't need a primary anyway.
Okay.
And then it just go to the general election in November, which we could accommodate that.
Correct.
So next month, we are going to do that. Okay, number 15. Resolution number 2026-05. Consideration and action establishing a policy whereby employees must reimburse the city for training-related costs and expenses upon separation from employment. Any questions?
I read the resolution here that was attached to the agenda, so I don't really have any questions.
We have to be able to protect ourselves from people leaving. So
Right. Yeah, people are going to leave, for various reasons, some of which are, no fault of theirs. This is just to protect the city, making an investment, in its employees, and you see the reimbursement policy in section 2. So it's really a third, over the course of 3 years.
Are these required trainings
Yes.
by
Yes,
the city? So we're requiring them, but if they leave after that, we would.
well, they get certified in that area.
Okay.
So at this time, I'd entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-05.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Vote please. All in favor? Okay, resolution number 2026-06. Consideration and action establishing a policy regarding setting fees for cutting into paving, curb, or sidewalk. Any discussion?
This is any curb or sidewalk. So if, just like somebody's sidewalk in the front, if they wanted to replace it, they would have to go through this process of the 500 and obtain the permit.
Well,
The $15 permit and then the 500.
Hold on. No problem. I need to look at that.
I looked at it more as like a curb wall.
Uh,
So if they're doing a replacement, they wouldn't have
Can I ask a question about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
This to me sounds like it's more of cutting into the street or the curb
Yeah,
if you had to hook up to something out in the street rather than a sidewalk.
right, but that's the intent of it, and for some reason I did code section 153.09.
That's the way I looked at it. If they're doing a curb grind, like they put in a new, and if they don't grind the curb, which some don't, then there would be a $15 fee. If they do, then there's a $15 fee. That's the way I look at it.
That's why I was looking at it.
And it
I
wouldn't,
just wanted to be sure. that
Yeah,
it had some-
And it's not if someone's replacing the sidewalk in front of their home,
Right,
because that isn't affecting the street.
right.
Right.
It's cutting the curb, I think is the intent.
Is that
of the
The intent, Greg? Mike?
That's
correct, yes.
I do believe that's what the ordinance referenced in the resolution says. It's limited to curb cutting. For whatever reason, I can't access the city code online. Are you able to?
It's not just limited to curb cutting, it's a street cut as well.
Okay,
A street.
Curb and street, but not,
but not sidewalks.
Correct.
yeah.
We just had
Unless they
that,
do a curb match, it's the same thing if you touch the curbs. If they're touching the street, it would apply. Basically, right, that way.
Yeah.
Right.
so it really affects mainly new construction.
Primarily.
didn't we have something like that just happen on Hudspeth there where they had to cut into the street and the curb because there was a break or something was leaking? Wasn't that Hudspeth over there?
Yeah,
West
this
Hudspeth.
this is not for, I don't think this addresses emergencies. I think this is like if somebody's just gonna cut the street up.
Right, I'm just talking about, kind of the scenario that they had.
Thank you, Jonathan.
If it's a homeowner's contractor working, it's gonna touch the street, that's the intent of this, is
Yes.
Okay,
to have a deposit or an insurance policy, if you will,
Yeah.
to, if something goes wrong, that's what it's for.
okay.
It's basically in case they screw up the street.
That's correct. yeah.
Right.
And then part of it is now our street crews will do the repair of the streets. You know, the utility company will go in and they'll cut the street, they'll go in and they'll do their work. And then it's the street crew that actually goes back and puts the concrete back and puts a new surface on it and all that. What we're trying to do is get away from that and let the utility company, whoever does the street cut, put the concrete back. And all we do is the inspection to make sure it's the right depth and things have been done properly. And that's what that $500 is for, is just to pay for the inspection. And whatever time we don't use out of that $500, then goes back to the individual who took that out. So it's really just to cover our time to do the inspection and allow a process for the utility company itself to put the concrete back rather than our crews.
So the code section is cutting into any paving, curb, or sidewalk for the purpose of constructing a driveway or any other purpose whatsoever.
Well, that's why sidewalk is needed, because if it's a driveway, you'd be cutting into a sidewalk.
And the title of this code section is cutting into paving, curb, or sidewalk. See that?
Any more questions?
Well, I can understand with utility companies and doing that, but when you have just, let's just say a builder and they're doing a simple curb grind, so they're still gonna have to do the $500 and.
I don't know about a curb grind because that's just something that you go out there and modify what's there existing. You're not putting anything back. So there's nothing really to inspect on the way back.
So the inspection would be to check the depth of concrete, compaction and all that?
Correct, make sure it's
Okay.
compacted properly. If there's need for rebar or whatever else, that would be where it's supposed to be and so on.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-06.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Vote, please.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
I did.
All in favor? Okay, number 17, resolution number 2026-07, consideration and approval to pay in full prior to the date of maturity the city's Valhaven nursing home bonds and providing for disposition of the funds after payment. This discussion?
Confirm the total, what the total payoff is.
I believe it was in the attachment. Let me look.
I think that's.
There's two, one on each end.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
I have,
There were two bonds, correct?
Right, with two banks,
With two banks, and we're paying them both off?
correct.
Correct.
And I sent emails to everybody with the payoff amounts because I got them just, yesterday?
Yeah.
Minute?
That's where I saw them in, huh?
Yeah.
So the-
Email.
total amount is $955,159.99.
And I think, was there $1 million in there?
It's like $1.2
We
million.
did.
So.
$1 million too?
Yeah, we budgeted that.
So
So that's the total amount.
Okay.
And I believe the other decision Lori wanted to was what kind of balance you want to leave in that account.
and that's in the resolution,
Yeah, it's in the resolution.
All right.
section 2.
So we have 50,000 in there.
After which 50,000 shall be retained in the money market account, and the balance thereof shall be transferred to the city's general fund account.
And we budgeted this. What's this? Okay.
Any other discussion? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-07.
I make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Vote, please. All in favor? Yay. Okay, number 18, City of Valley Leasing Corporation. Consideration and action providing for the resignation and removal of a member of the Board of Directors of the City of Valley Leasing Corporation. It's resolution number 2026-08. Discussion?
So I'll just touch on this a little bit. So this provides for the resignation and removal of the former city administrator who was appointed to this board of directors. And the bylaws of this entity are quoted in the resolution. But the long and short of it is that the directors serve at the pleasure of the city. And when the city asks for a resignation, the bylaws go on to provide that that director or officer shall resign. This individual was requested previously to resign. He's not done so, and he has his reasons, but there's no affiliation, as far as I know, that he has with the city because he's no longer a city employee. And so this resolution
basically deems that he's resigned, that he's removed from this point forward.
No other discussion, okay. I entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-08.
Make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Vote please. All in favor? Okay, number 19, City of Valley Leasing Corporation. Discussion and action on filing vacancies of the board of the directors of the City of Valley Leasing Corporation.
So the former city attorney was on this board, and I've spoken with the mayor about this. I'm happy to serve in his place, since the former city attorney was on it. It might be appropriate for me to now be on it. I'm happy to do that, if you want to take that motion. Yeah, I would recommend that.
I would second
Who made it? Who seconded it?
Jake made it,
Yeah.
Melanie seconded it. Vote please. All in favor? Okay, number 20. 2026 fireworks sale applications. Resolution number 2026-09, consideration and approval of application from the American Legion Post 58/Legion Baseball. Any discussion? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-09.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Vote please.
Bill.
Did you get that, Christie?
Jimmy made it, Bill seconded it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2026-10, consideration and approval of application from Valley Days Foundation. Any discussion here?
Is the Valley Days Foundation, are they dissolving
No,
or what are they doing?
okay, I was gonna put this in my mayor's report, but I guess I'll just do it now. My understanding is the Valley Days Foundation board members are resigning.
Okay.
They're not dissolving the organization themselves. They're having a meeting on February 17th at Alloy Solutions. I believe it's at 7 PM. I would suggest anyone in the community that wants to keep the Valley Days Foundation going to continue the activities they provide for the city, attend this meeting. And if they have any questions, to please contact the Valley Days Foundation. Now, if nobody goes, nobody takes this up, Bill, what happens is resolution would be null and void. So you can go ahead and approve it. And if the foundation falls apart, this will be null and void. It won't be valid.
Will there be enough time for somebody else to apply?
No.
No, no, there won't. February's our month.
There's a lot of interest right now with wants to come out to keep Valley Days going, and it's important for the community, so I think it'll be fun.
Good, I hope there is. I want it to continue. I want the Valley Days in August and the Christmas lighting and all that. I think it's good for the community.
There's some good people stepping up, I think.
Any other discussion? Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-10.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
For a second.
Vote, please. All approve. Okay, number 21, Mr. Hampton, Flatwater. Oops. I said that because I saw you sitting there. Bob.
Mayor, I'll give a brief overview and review as this came from planning commission this last month. Mr. Hampton, the developer for Flatwater Estates, owns lot 1 in Flatwater Phase One, which was a development that started almost 10 years ago, 2016. This lot's directly west of the boat ramp and lower fueling station, that combination. Initially, he had a different housing variety and style that was proposed on this lot. That's why it was an R2 zoning district. And subsequently, now it's been replatted once, and there's just a single family house that is looking to build on this lot. And so the front setback has a 5 foot or 10 foot, I don't have the code right in front of me, difference of front yard setback that impacts the layout of the house, and with the shore and the lake and the Valley Street there, that's really the need to take this back to an R3. Of course, this does combine where is the same as all of the surrounding R3 developments on all 4 sides. So Planning Commission did recommend this 8-0. It was unanimous, let's say that. So, but then answer any other questions you guys might have.
Public hearing. Cool. Okay, we're gonna open a public hearing on this. Anyone like to talk? All right, close the public hearing. Assistant Christie, you read the short form?
You need a motion first to introduce it.
Okay, I like a motion to introduce ordinance number 845.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Christie?
Ordinance number 845, an ordinance amending the zoning regulations of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska. Finding the proposed amendment was duly submitted to the Planning Board of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska for its recommendation, and that it recommended the adoption of the amendment. Finding that notice of the hearing on such amendment was duly given prior to the hearing as provided by law, and that such public hearing was had thereon. Finding that the zoning map of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska be amended as follows. Lot 1, Flatwater Development, addition replat 3, in addition to the city of Valley, and survey platted and recorded in Douglas County, Nebraska, shall be rezoned from medium high density residential R2 to lakefront residential R3, providing for an effective date of this ordinance and providing for the repeal of all ordinances in conflict herewith.
Okay,
Ask for a vote, please,
a vote please for ordinance number 845
for that first reading.
for the first reading.
Make a motion for the first reading.
Like, we already made the motion,
Yeah.
second, we need to vote on it now.
Vote on it, please. All in favor? Okay, with the ordinances, they're required to be passed on 3 readings. So this is a second motion
To suspend the rule.
to suspend the rules for ordinance number 845.
Your cheat sheet's that ribbon.
This one,
You don't have it.
I don't have it,
Not there.
no? Oh. Okay, if there's no discussion and the city clerk read it, is there a desire to suspend the rules and pass the ordinance on the second and third reading?
I'll make a motion to pass on the second and third reading.
I'll second.
Vote please. Okay. George? Sorry for the confusion on my part. Okay, number 22, 275 LLC subdivision, consideration and approval of application for change of zoning from transitional ag / transitional agriculture / highway commercial to highway commercial C3.
I'll just give again a brief review and overview for this as it came again from Planning Commission this past month. This property is located basically generally between Jordan Machinery there and the old recourse concrete plant there. So it has one existing structure on it, and then there's a surrounding agricultural field around that. When that first development went around the ag field around this house, it was all zoned it was rezoned as a C3. So the request tonight is really to rezone the balance of the property that where that existing acreage home is, would also go to C3, which again would be compatible with the surrounding zonings on all three directions. Waterloo zoning is on the south side of 275, so I can't repeat what that is off the top of my head. But this does conform with future land use map, and then subsequently on the next agenda, you'll have a preliminary plat that kind of associates all this with this. So again, Planning Commission recommended that unanimously.
Okay, open the public hearing.
Jeff Stoll, E&A Consulting Group, 10909 Mill Valley Road. I'm here on behalf of the applicant for the rezone request. Here to answer any questions you guys may have.
Is it just to divide the lots for sale?
We were proposing to, well, I was discussing the, just jump ahead to 23 a little bit. We were proposing to replat or to plat the lots into 3. And then 2 of the lots will be planned for sale. And then we have a vision for one of the lots to move forward at the moment to do kind of a flex space type contractor bay idea right now. But obviously you can tell plans are designed. That's not really formal yet, but anything that we do will be permitted use and conform to zoning code.
Any other questions? Okay, I would entertain a motion to introduce ordinance number. Okay, anybody else like to say anything? Close the public hearing at this time. I would entertain a motion to introduce number 846 on the first reading.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Christie?
Ordinance number 846, an ordinance amending the zoning regulations of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska, finding the proposed amendment was duly submitted to the Planning Board of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska for its recommendation, and that it recommended the adoption of the amendment, finding that notice of hearing on such amendment was duly given prior to the hearing as provided by law, and that such public hearing was had thereon, finding that the zoning map of Valley, Douglas County, Nebraska be amended as follows. A tract of land located in part of the northeast quarter of the southwest quarter, and also part of the northwest quarter of the southwest quarter, and also part of the southeast quarter of the northwest quarter, and also part of the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter, all located in section 04, township 15, north, range 10, east of 6 p.m., Douglas County, Nebraska, shall be rezoned from transitional ag, highway commercial, TA/C3 to all highway commercial, C-3, providing for an effective date of this ordinance and providing for the repeal of all ordinances in conflict herewith.
Please vote. All approved. Is there a desire to suspend the rules and pass the ordinance on the second and third reading?
I would make a motion to pass in second and third reading.
Second.
Vote, please. All in favor? Okay, number 23, 275 LLC subdivision. Consideration and approval for application for preliminary plat.
Again, this came with unanimous recommendation from the Planning Commission. This is the 3-lot subdivision. Basically, it's a 7-acre, 8-acre, 12-acre lots. It is proposed to be in 2 phases, with lot 1 and 2 being in phase 1 and lots 3 being in phase 2. Really, the only other comments, Douglas County did have comments for this, which is typical in this area where it's outside city limits, but inside the ETJ. that they would review and or approve any driveway approach applications for the projects onto these county roads at the time. So, and those were included in your packet. So having reviewed that, we also recommend approval of preliminary plat. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Open the public hearing, please.
Chip Stoll, DNA Consulting Group, 10909 Midvalley
You're
Road.
back.
Back again. Here to answer any questions you guys have on the prelim plat.
Anyone in the audience? Close the public hearing. Christie, there is no,
No, there's not. It's just a motion to approve preliminary plat.
okay. So I would entertain a motion to approve the preliminary plat.
Make a motion.
Any questions, Jake? Are you done?
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Second.
Vote, please. So we don't have a second for the reading, right? There's no ordinance.
Correct.
Okay, number 24. Casey's Marketing Company. Consideration approval of conditional use permit for operating a gas station / convenience store, that's Lot 2, Valley Landing, replat 1. Anyone? Craig, you're up.
Move his chair over there.
Yeah, no, up and down. This is a limited fuel sales facility, just like the other location. Basically, Casey's has done their market study and found that this location, it supports another fueling station there. This would be directly south of 3M along Meigs there between 264th and 270th Street. Really, I don't know if I have anything else to, it'd be basically a similar store, I think 7,400 square feet. Mike, you know that one. So it's very compatible, similar size to that. One other topic that has come up when it was discussed with city staff was the proximity of this and or any other of these commercial building structures, locations in Valley Landing in the proximity of the school. And that does exceed the, I believe it's 300 feet for liquor sales separation from the school property itself, so, or buildings, I should say, not property, buildings. So that was another topic that came up that does not conflict with this proposed request. And I believe construction's April or May, I think is this tentative start date. So is what they're looking at. So it's a pretty immediate start. And I think it's a 5-month construction build, if I remember correctly.
The entrance will be right at Adams Street, is that correct? That's directly across from
Yes, it'll be
3M.
off of Adams Street, which will line up with where 3M just did that new truck turning entrance, correct?
Okay.
Will? Yep.
So that'll be.
Okay, we'll open the public hearing. Wait, I'm sorry.
My name's Aaron Wolf. I'm a site development manager for Casey's Retail Company. And 1 Southeast Convenience Boulevard is the address in Ankeny, Iowa, 50021. And we are proposing to construct a 4,500 square foot convenience store and gas station. And it is at the southwest corner of Meigs and Meigs and Adams Streets. And it is essentially going to be constructed on what would be a tri-frontage lot, with Meigs being one frontage and Adams wraps around the other, the east and south frontages. And it'll be within that Valley Landing subdivision. Zoning of the property does allow our use by issuance of a special use permit. I was in front of your planning commission last month and they recommended approval. I'll skip the explanation about who we are and what we do because obviously we're not strangers to Nebraskans or to this town. You might be asking what the store will look like, and I did submit elevation drawings with our submittal and a site plan. Yes, in fact, both of our accesses come off of Adams Street. There'll be one on the north-south leg of Adams. Adams curves and heads westward. There's a second access off of that east-west stretch of Adams as well. There is no access off of Meigs. With regard to exterior materials, the store building is clad with brick and features stone columns. There's also an aluminum composite material panel behind our logo above the doors. Please note, we did deviate from our prototypical store design. We added faux windows to the rear of our building, and also this would be on the east and south side of our building, to meet the city's glazing requirements. You have a certain glazing requirement in your city code, and we had to add some additional faux windows to our building to meet that code requirement. Happy to entertain any questions you might have for me tonight.
Are you planning on keeping the other Casey's open also?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody in the audience with any questions? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-11.
Make a motion.
A second.
Vote please. All in favor? City engineer.
Good evening. First item on your agenda then tonight is the water treatment plant. We have good news and better news is that the last month the weather has finally turned around. After a couple cold weeks, we got a lot of roof on the structure itself, so it's probably 75% covered with the roof. Not necessarily the membrane, but just roofing decking material, so it's starting to enclose itself. The better news is that we were waiting for the center column on the filter for the past months. Then we were waiting for delivery date, and fortunately we got that and actually arrived on site on Monday. The slight bad news is they weren't able to set that today with the wind, with the crane. So it's about a 20-foot tall center column that's probably 6 to 8 foot diameter. So it's a pretty good sized piece of equipment that they have to swing in there. So that will be scheduled for Thursday. They already have works lined up for tomorrow. So that will set the construction schedule now for the remainder of the project. Again, we're trying to get this online here by the middle of the summer for the peak season again. But now with this piece of equipment, it's back, basically it's under the contractor's control, if you will, versus being outside of their control, waiting for this piece of equipment to show up so that they can continue with work on this portion of the project. So tonight we do have the application for payment number 13 in the amount of $661,500, which is the progress payment to Erickson Construction. And having reviewed that, we do recommend approval of that pay request.
I would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2026-12.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote please. All in favor?
Item B then, we're talking about Valley Landing, the street paving projects. Portion of the project got completed basically in December, right around Thanksgiving there, December 1st, by Luxa Construction. So tonight we do have the final change order. They actually got their street signs, was one of their last work items here done over the last month. So tonight we have the change order number one, which is a decrease amount of $1,918.25. That's just the adjustment of project quantities for what was built and installed as part of the project. So having reviewed that, we do recommend approval of change order number one.
I would entertain a motion to approve change order number 1.
Make a motion to approve the change order number 1.
Second. Go ahead. Second.
Any discussion? Vote please.
And then, of course, finally, we do have the contractor's final application for payment number 3 in the amount of $25,990.05. That's just the final payment and retainers due back to the contractor. Having reviewed that, we do recommend approval. And just as a reminder, this is paid by the 100% by the developer. So we're looking for a motion.
Lost page, where are we at?
25B2.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-13.
And make a motion to approve resolution 2026.
Second.
Vote please.
That's all I have to and I live up here enough, so if you have any questions, let me know.
There, is the timeline for the water replacement still kind of last month?
Yeah,
The same as last month anyway?
basically, Jake actually had talked to the contractor today. He's got 2 projects under contract with our office on for a different client. Those are gonna take into mid-April is what he's telling me. So it's kind of the same timeframe of late spring.
Okay.
Kind of see what the weather kind of does here too over the next 6 to 8 weeks is gonna be huge for if they get those done or if they get shut down with some winter. Cold winter spells, they lost a couple weeks there in January, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Civil service,
Mike Adair, Region Manager, People Service Inc. How are we doing this evening? Y'all got a copy of the monthly report. Is there any questions with that before I point out a couple things? No? Okay. We're sitting steady at 90% on reading meters. Just still chipping away at that and getting them fixed as we find them, so. Sitting steady with that. 0 discolored water complaints last month. That is mainly kind of due to the low usage too, because we're not moving water. And when you start moving water faster, they disturb the mains more. So I anticipate as the nicer weather comes, we start moving water because of irrigation, then we're gonna start seeing more. It's just the way it is here. We'll obviously flush hydrants, probably in March, we'll get notifications out to everybody so we can start flushing the hydrants. This is our normal maintenance every year, is you try to clean the mains out before we get the high usage. So all those notices will go out. The only thing that I just want to say at the end, if nobody has any questions, is kind of a proud dad moment for me, that's what I call them. When my employees go above and beyond because a homeowner had frozen pipes and they couldn't find the curb stop because it was underneath the frost line. So we were obviously not going to call contractors in to do that. And the plumber came in, couldn't turn the water off either. So my employee crawled underneath the house that had a bunch of water in it and got to the valve before the meter and shut it off. In the meantime, come to find out that there's open electrical wires in there. So he got a little bit juiced up during that time. Yeah, so I mean, but that's a risk that everywhere that we take crawling underneath homes, that's just a constant risk that, we take. But did not know that at that time, of course, but we did help the homeowner get the water shut off, limit the damage to their homes, and that's a proud dad moment for me because the guys went above and beyond.
the employees, right?
Yeah, my employees.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, so that's, and they do this constantly, but I like pointing out once in a while these major ones, because it was cold out and he crawled underneath there and went swimming, so. Any questions? No, none whatsoever? Wow,
I got a question.
yes, I almost made it.
Where are we at on trying to get some of these folks that we sent letters to get their meter changed and things like that? Do we have anything where we're putting a little, I should say, if they're not answering the letter for you to change the meter, are we going any farther than that?
Yeah, we shut the water off.
Okay, we are shutting the water off.
Yeah, it works.
We should.
It works.
No, there's a whole SOP that I'm happy to
Okay,
send to you.
thank you.
Yeah, there's a whole process involved. We just don't go shut their water off. We do door hangers, we do a certified letter.
Yeah.
And then if they don't answer that, we give them a timeline to reply to that. And if they don't, then we shut their water off.
Okay.
And we do get a response rather fast. We don't, out of all the meters that we have, obviously, we're not doing this to 50 meters at one time because then if 50 people call back, we can't make all those schedules, right? So it's kind of spoon fed so that we just do 10, 15 at a time. And perhaps,
Priority dependent.
yeah,
It slows down a little bit in colder weather just because again, with crawl spaces, it's dangerous for the guys and as the weather gets colder, it's harder to change out meters, water goes in.
yeah. So we'll start ramping that up again, but it is, we have had success with it.
And that's part of the report too, is we have a list of how many that we fix every month as well. So we keep record of that.
How much time do you give them to respond?
2 hours. No, I'm kidding. I don't remember, is it a week or?
I believe we give them a total, don't quote me off the top of my head. I think we give them 12 to 14 business days.
Right, so
Yeah,
we'll-
We take into account weekends, we take into, all
Yeah,
those things.
I think you're right, Kendra. I think it's
Yeah.
17 business.
yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no reason why they can't give us.
The
plenty of
guys
time
will
for that.
investigate obviously first to determine if they need to enter the home. If they do need to enter the home, they will leave a tag. If they don't leave a tag, they'll notify me. I'll try to reach out. If I don't hear from them, I send them a certified letter with a date and a time to expect shut off if we don't have an appointment scheduled. Certified mail.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Police Department, Chief?
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council members. Not a whole lot going on in the police department. In your packets included our monthly stats for January. Over about 200 calls for service. That's mostly proactive from my officers. It's kind of our slow time of year for calls for service. Other than that, everything else in the police department's fine. Equipment is good. Personnel is good. We're waiting. We got one person to fill an empty spot, so we're still waiting. Excuse me, we're still waiting to try to find the right person to fill Officer Dorman's exit. And we're just continuing to do our job. Any questions?
Thank you. City Administrator.
Well, good evening. Well, first I'll start off with the good news. We did hear from Congressman Bacon's office this week that we are getting $1.28 million to be used for water main replacement throughout the city. So that's real good news. And we're waiting to get some of the details because we're not sure if there's any restrictions on how that money should be spent and when it will arrive and all those kinds of things. But again, the good news is that it's coming. And once we do get more of the details, of course, we'll be looking to see how we can include that in our 2027 budget and the plan for reconstruction in the next year. Also, and not so good news, I guess, is I want to give you an update on the swimming pool. Earlier this week, or last week, excuse me, Councilman Dean, Tim Sheets, and I met with a representative of Platinum Pools and the Douglas County Electrical Inspector. And the reason we met is we wanted to see, is there any way that we could do something temporary out there to get the pool open this summer for the kids? And we talked to them and, tried to see if there's any way that we could get that done. The response from the Douglas County Inspector was, if he can't see the rebar basically within the shell of the pool and guarantee that everything is properly electrically bonded, then he cannot approve. He could not pass the electrical inspection there. And unfortunately, he was very emphatic about it. We said, well, what if we hire an electrical engineer to design something or an electrical contractor and present that to you? He basically said, whatever gets presented to us, he cannot pass it according to the National Electric Code. So I think that is over. I don't think that there's going to be any way to get the pool going again, I think, based on what the inspector said. Now, we could try to appeal that. I think chances of us winning an appeal over the inspector's concerns would be probably minimal, and it would probably hurt our relationship with Douglas County. So I don't know if that's a real good idea to go that route. So I guess the best way to go is to start planning for the new pool. And I know there will be a work session planned for March 2nd, Monday, March 2nd. And on that date, we're going to bring JEO in, who did some of the initial planning for the park, to just bring everybody, the council members, new ones and old ones, up to speed on where we are with that, and to let people, let them see the issues between the park and the YMCA and all that. And I know that what we'd like to do is put on the agenda for the March meeting, a decision by the council. Is it gonna go to the park or is it gonna go out to YMCA? So that we can get a pool designer on board, get plans and specifications put together, hire a contractor, and begin construction of the new pool as soon as possible. So that's really the plan. One other thing I want to mention tonight is I did call the developer of the Fairway area. I know there's a lot of concern about the Fairway in the public. First of all, as Greg mentioned, with the Casey's, I've heard rumors that people say that Fairway isn't going to open because there's that conflict of selling liquor too close to the schools. That's a completely false rumor. That's not true. Fairway is very excited about building a store here in Valley. They talked to the vice president there. He says he's driven around the city. He thinks it's a great city and really looking forward to doing it. Unfortunately, right now, what we're hearing from the developer is that it won't open until 2028. And it's just a function of other priorities that they have. They can only do so many stores at a time. But I was given some ray of hope it could be sooner because something else could change in these other locations where the utilities aren't there, the paving isn't there, something might be happen. And in that case, that would move up the schedule for Valley. But again, they're very excited about being here. There's no discussion at all about not doing it. It's just they can only do so many stores at a time, and that's kind of where we fit in the schedule. Any question about any of those?
Is the stores or locations of the other that they're gonna put up, do they have other stores, other than the Fairway, or is it just going Fairway in those other towns?
Oh, do they have other stores? Well, I know one, I want to say it's around 180th and Q, I think is one, so there'll be one here in Omaha.
Yeah,
And so I think there's other stores around, yeah.
okay.
Do we actually have anything in writing from the YMCA that we can do anything on that land, like confirm?
I'm not aware of anything.
No, I don't believe so.
I think that's my only concern about making any decision in March when it comes to the pool, to just say like, that's an option if we're not really sure it's an option. Can we confirm
Yes.
that?
We sure can. I'll take there, make sure I have that for the work session. Anything else?
No, thanks, Mike. City attorney?
I don't know that I have a whole lot to add to what I've already talked about on the other agenda items. I'm happy to have a full council. Just looking forward to March and future meetings. There's a couple of things that I think we've already seen that you'll see back in March. One of them is the draft of the interlocal agreement with the county for electric and building inspections. Another issue for March will be the Champion Shores redevelopment and subdivision agreement and the plat. And then also the, what's the other interlocal? The Glass Lake interlocal. I think both of those interlocals with the county are now in our court to review again. So we'll see those in March. Does anybody have questions for me? Very good.
On the mayor's report, he talked about the Valley Days Foundation, and that's all I had. Upcoming items. Planning Commission, there is no February meeting. We have the Midwinter Conference for city employees, elected officials to February 23rd and 24th down in Lincoln. And then a reminder of the Valley Days Foundation meeting, February 17th, 2026. I guess it's at 6 p.m.
At 6.
Sorry about that. I would urge anybody that has any interest to please attend that so we can continue the activities and festivities that we have around here
Where will that meeting be held?
at Alloy Solutions,
What is that?
What's that?
down at the end of the block here.
Yeah, it's on
Does
North
it say
Street.
333 or 555? It's kind of
333.
North Spear Street, Valley, Nebraska.
It's at the end of the block here.
Yeah, February 17th from 6 PM to 7 PM.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I would urge anybody that has any interest to please attend. Maybe even if you don't have interest, go and maybe you will find it interesting. So we're just looking forward to all, hopefully, succeed on it. And that is it. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Vote, please. All in favor? Yeah, you did better than I did. I was stumbling more than I ever have.